Hello and welcome to the Dr. Anshu YouTube channel. So here we are for on the discussion of the Sunday 30 March Hindu editorial analysis, where we will cover about the every detailed aspects in the important editorials, international relations, about the all the editorials related to the science and environment. So let's have a recap what we are going to cover, and starting the first page will cover the thought of the day and what is the day. Usually I will add every day, but whenever the I feel that that day is not important, so I not include in the ppts. So front page is covering about the thought of the day. It's uh, it's about the happiness is not something ready made, it comes from your own actions. And the day is Happy Rajasthan Divas, the foundation of Rajasthan, and it's have a 75th years of it. And Rajasthan is a very beautiful place. You can go there. I will also visit my during my college days in Jaipur, and that city has literally they had so many forts and so many stories that there are no states. It's beautifully the state is beautifully depicted, and we just travel alone. So it was a as a girl trip, so it was very good experience there. We just go through the every historical aspects. We came to know many things that we haven't experienced yet. So you can visit there in Jaipur. So the second page is covering about the recap of a front page of Myanmar Earth Toll Crosses 1600. Second, same it is related to the about the detail aspects will cover. Fourth is about the Maoist gun down in Chhattisgarh encounter and former district panchayat chief sole accused in Kerala official death. Fifth is about the almost 30 of takedown notices to X, a target post on ministers, government agency, and this and related to this there is a Sunday editorial covering on the X of Sahyog portal, where we will detail also will discuss about this. Seventh page is covering about the India's coal reliance rises up to 79% in fiscal year 24 despite central renewable push. And eighth page we will cover about the science tutorials about TB patients of nutrition support, and ISRO's sees the breakthrough in semi cryogenic engine development. And ninth is related to the about a digital arrest, and SC here to Tushar Gandhi about the plea of renovation of Sabarmati Ashram on April 1. And 10th is about one more case about the it's a Kunal Kamra case about the FIR registered there against him, and there is no attempt should be made to divide nation in the name of languages. So these all are for today. So let's starting with the front page. Already I have discussed about the front page. Second page is covering the editorial about the Myanmar earthquake toll process 600. So from the last 2 days we are covering about the Myanmar earthquake that happened on the Tuesday, and it's and day by the datas that releasing, it's getting increases, like how India is helping them. And there is one operation named Operation Brahma that is launched to reaches out the junta. So the Myanmar earthquake toll process 1600. In earlier discussions, we have seen that 144 killed, and this data is increasing. Like 3,400 people were injured. 3,400 people were sorry, just my so in Myanmar, and 139 more missings, junta said in the statement. So the Thailand, the death toll from huge earthquake hit Myanmar. Thailand passes 1600 Saturday as a rescue dug through the rubble of collapse. So the magnitude was 7.7, and there's a happened in the city Mandalay, the second biggest city there, and the earthquake destroyed many buildings, downed bridges, buckled roads, swathes from Myanmar with a massive destructions on Mandalay, and it is the second biggest city, or and it's about and home, and there is a home to more than 1.7 million people. So this led to a very devastation, destruction of houses. Many people has a such a these tragic events have it's a 3,400 over injured. There is a missing also An hour of the there is after the hours, the painstaking workers at Sky Villa in condominium, half of whose 12 stories it's flattened by quake, and Lake King 30 was brought to carry stretcher to impress their. So important is that from exam point of view, from from us to that Operation Brahma that kicks off the PM Modi reach out to junta. So General Myanmar of with senior general is junta Ang Min Hyang on Saturday, assuring him that humanitarian essence. So India is already, if anything happens in the Asian countries, India is already always welcome, always ready to help them, their neighboring countries. So our so Operation Brahma has launched assist the Myanmar, where over 1,600 people have died and many people trapped in debris. So there is MEA also emphasizes that is coordinating rescue and relief efforts through. So there is a large chunks of quake hit areas, and spoke with us senior Aching Ang Hiliang of Myanmar, conveyed to the deep condolences with this. The second page is also covered related to this about the rush down. 40 floors has entire building begin to shaking. It's a 55 counts and tax consultant issued in Bangkok and jewelry trade centers, Thai capital, Silkom areas of meeting on Friday. So this is a very nightmare and worst time for the life. It was petrified, and the first shock started about 1:18 p.m. On the binds of official waiting started swinging by of the foot. So these are the all the experiences of the peoples here. So there is a 7.5 minute, 14 floors in 7.5 minute, flattening over 50 people. So you can see how the earthquake is so devastating that in only 7.5 minutes, 1,500 people came down with. And the traffic jam witnessed the unprecedented also. And there are two wings. JTC is a famous hub in Bangkok, and it's there are two wings of 59 floors each. Each floor has 14 offices. So the Bangkok witnessed 34 aftershocks. Afterward, people living in high-rise building could not return home. An examination have Kali's Tree restaurant in Bangkok when the earthquake occurred, and this candidate began uh, shaking violently when she was speaking on phone. So these are the incident stories that happened there. So it's a very bad time, and hope this will be recover soon. Everything will be. Deep condolences to these cities, and it was heartbroken when she returned home and started to pick up the essential items, medicines. So concluding this article, moving to the next is the picture here depicting the same about the rescue personnel walks near a collapsed building in Myanmar on Friday. So next, fourth page is covering about the 17 Maoist gunned down in Chhattisgarh encounter. So already we have discussed about the Maoist in Chhattisgarh about encounter of Sukma district on Saturday. According to the police, 4 security personnel were injured, and deceased were Maoists involved in several attacks, including the Jiram Valley. It's a Ziram Valley massacre that killed a severe senior state Congress, and he carried a reward of 25. The director of a joint team, uh, as a director of joint team and district reserve guard of Chhattisgarh Police and Central Reserve Police, following a tip of the presence of Maoists in the area, Anandum and Umpapali under the Kirapal police station limits. So moving to the next is a case. Next article is about the 13% takedown notices to ex targets the minister government agency. So the home minister targeted over the one. So here the 1.1 lakh pieces of contents on various social media platform are passed. So notices sent to X regarding the post mocking the PM, manipulated video of home minister, satirical video on minister of X and Sayok portal is still in trial. So it is a censorship portal. This portal has which is X called censorship portal in submission of Karnataka High Court, allows the law enforcement agency of government bodies around it's around to country to send notices under section 739B of Information and Technology Act, and 14 IC was empowered to send notices under the section. So X says that this is a circumvention of legal safeguards against censorship in different countries. So still the cases are discussion, and next article is related to this. So here we'll discuss about that how why has X sued X has sued the government over Sahyog. What is the Section 79B? Where we'll discuss a detail about it of Information Technology Act and why X is calling Sahyog a censorship portal. Is there a move to bypass the limited safeguard under Section 69A of IT allows the content blocking through specific ground such as national security and the story is like a social media platform X has sued the union government in the Karnataka High Court for Sayog portal, which says that it is a censorship portal. It is banning of people's content, of freedom of speech, and if they are banning everything, the contents, then how people will express their opinions. So, what is Sayog portal? What is Sayog portal here? It was developed to automate the processes of sending notices to intermediaries of the automate processes of sending notices to intermediaries by appropriate government or agency under IT Act 2000 to facilitate the removal of disabling access to any information. So the Ministry of Home Affairs, with the help of Ministry of Electronics Technology, the portal accident was disclosed through MHA during Delhi High Court case filed over a parent missing 19 years. So the portal existence was disclosed by MHA during Delhi High Court. So there is a missing 19-year-old Shabana versus government of NCT Delhi. There is a case filed here and the ORS. So the court questions that government and social media firms over the delays and in obtaining data from Instagram account used by teenager. So the court has emphasizes that the need for mechanism to enable real-time interaction between internet intermediaries and laws enforcement in order to address the urgent care. So it was already testing the Sahyog portal, and MHA had held a virtual conference of state police officials informing them pilot. So the portal is given over the police across the country. MHA officials said that meetings should be expanded to accommodate data requests from social media. So what are the laws here? Section 79(1)(a) of IT Act give online platform shielded from legal liability to content posted by the third parties. So Section 79(3)(c) qualifies this safe harbor by stating the shield will not apply if upon receiving actual knowledge being notified by appropriate government agency. So control by intermediaries being used to commit unlawful act. Disable access material on that resources without vitiating the evidence of any manner. So X argue here that without have a civil society group that it is oversearch, it's overreach. Section 73(9)(b) of IT Act does not authorize the government to issue information blocking orders. X said in that that power is governed by section of 69A of IT Act. Read the Information Technology in blocking for access information public rules 2009. There was a case about Shreya single judgment of the Supreme Court in 2015 verdict also held under the section 66A and brought prosecutions over the posting offensive content. So section 69A allows the government to block content. IT Ministry says it if it impinges on the first one is the interest of sovereignty. If it will impinge interest of sovereignty, integrity of India, defense of India, security of state, friendly relation with the foreign states, or public order, preventing incitement to commissions, any cognizable offense relating to above. So this section can be implemented in that several safeguard to build it. Technology. However, even blocking under section 69A have been continuous because there have been instances what notices not been issued. So while website blocking section under 69A have procedural safeguards, like they still have some of them. Internet Freedom Foundation noted the analysis of X News lawsuit. So what is the government stance here? The legal challenges are being worked out. Sahyog portal has seen a participation from most social media firms, including those owned by Meta and Google, and the government has argued to take down called even a model IT of ministry like Section 79 regime does not advises the blocking orders and potential censorship in such indirect contents of itself. So it's a Vasudev Devasan, then Center with Communication, like unlike newspaper broadcasters who are directly incentivized to portray their own content, social media companies have few incentive to defend their user content. So it's a full article about the in the how access you the Sahyog portal. Just go through once again about it. Next is it's about the India's coal reliance rises to 79% and despite of center renewable push. So there is a uh, uses of coal and reliance. We how it depended we dependent on the coal, despite of the renewable push to by the centers. Here the data is about in the year 2014, 15, 18, 19, how coal dominates there. That coal is in the share of total energy production increased from 77%. It is even rising, not decreasing. So 77% in 2003 to 79% in fiscal year 24. So it's about 1/4 of coal supply is important. And how, and basically it is important because there are four types of coals there, like anthracite, butymite, peat, and ignite. And we have the bad quality of coal content here, so we have to import the coals from the other areas. And the best coal quality is the bituminous coal, that is a wet coal. And we have a dry coal that has low content of their ashes quality is more, that has more sulfur contents, and its volatility is very high, so we don't have a good quality of coal. So how we are much dependent on the coal rather than the renewable energy. This chart basically describe that about in the statics in India 2025. So we have a coal production roses 12% in the data shows that 12% in 2023, and in the growth and declination high pace of 50. So crude oil share is 6% share and 6% share, and has reduced when it is 11% 2015. Natural gas is 7%. And also these are the essential core materials of industries. There is some percentage of electricity, natural gas contributions. So share of electricity from renewable sources in total energy productions has been always been under 10% in the past decades. So about almost 26% of India's coal supply is imported per data, and 29-20 decadal of high 31% import depends the coal has 25% in past decade. So highest imports dependence, however, crude oil was a dependence on it 10%, not sees any meaningful reduction in past decades. So next is moving to the next page is about the what are the why are the TB patient data shared on nutrition support. So we'll discuss about the TB patients. So already the editorials covering latest yesterday's and many weeks about on our TB's day or 23rd March. We have covered at least 4-5 articles regarding to TB. The next is the nutrition support. How the Hindu analysis cover here. The nutrition supports should not depend on a charity. So exploitation of poor TB patients applied for a additional nutritional support should stop. Violation of patient confidentiality is rampant. Social media platforms are awash with photograph of TB patients, including children, receiving nutrition kit. First is that there is a guidance document mentioned that TB patient consent is receiving additional nutrition support, but the consent form says that it is for sharing patient data. Next is, as per guidance documents, patients are free to enroll. It's free to enroll in program, and decision will not deprive them existing services. But third is the missing information is missing is consent. The consent form has very little information. Fourth is consent obtained based on OTP shared by patient is even more problematic. 5. Patient confidentiality breached by donors. Union Health Ministry National TB programs are rampant. 6. Scheme fails to ensure nutrition support to TB patient is universal. 7th is Tamil Nadu and Kerala have a simple systems in a place to receive nutrition support from donors without sharing patient data. So the scheme is a Pradhan Mantri TB Mukt Bharat Abhiyan year. It is launched in 2018 when Nikshay Mitras can volunteer to provide nutrition support. So is providing a support is Nikshay Mitras volunteer. Considered a TB patient is riddled with ethical problems. So there is a guidance document mentioned that TB patient consent for receiving additional nutrition support. TB patient are in effect of consenting for something completely different, sharing their data. So receiving additional nutrition support from Mitras is conditional. TB patients sharing their data form clearly spell out TB patient can revoke consent at any point of time. While the guidance document says TB patient must be told that they are free to enroll or not to enroll in program, and decision is not affect any existing services. So it is a consent form basically in community support for a basic little information. So it is declared that it is a constant. It's just a consent says like in a for researchers in bioethics also. It comes from probability to probability. So there should be, so the first patient, so the consent is ethical probability, says Dr. Amar Jessa, researcher. First, it give a patient right to revoke consent without saying that revoking consent would not lead to stoppage of nutritional support. And eventually, on both the counts, a consent immediately scares the intermediate patient by conveying them if they want to receive additional support. If you are a TB patient and nutritionally deprived, is consent really free and voluntary? Consent ought to be not just informed and understood, but should be voluntary. It should be voluntary, but donors are required not to use beneficiary data. So basically, for additional nutrition support, you have to give you have to fill the consent form where there is a informations about without keeping your confidentiality. So talking here, the consent is just consent for receiving additional support, and donors are required not to use the beneficiary data for any purpose other than this program. So data can be maybe used for other purposes. So the violation of a patient confidential is rapid. And social media platforms are always photographs of TB patients, including children, receiving nutrition kits. The biggest violators are Union Health Ministry, TB program organizations, Mitras or Nikshep. So scheme lacks the standardizations and fails here to ensure nutrition support to patient is universal. Also, when there is enough evidence that importance of nutrition, TB elimination is India's priority. And question is that then why the TB patients are required to consent sharing data and why TB patients are not. So setting an example is like that all organizations including NGO providing nutritional support to patients required to hand over the kits of district TB staff without TB patients coming into the picture. Only in exceptional cases patient has to meet individual donors. According to the officials, such exceptions exist to kits safely reaches to beneficiaries. So without having data, you can share the kits. Maybe that it can be used for other purposes. So basically the editorial focuses on about that. Next is that the ISRO sees the breakthrough in a semi-cryogenic engine development for LVM3. So ISRO has a significantly pros in design the development of semi-cryogenic engine of or liquid oxygen kerosene with a high thrust 2000 kilonewton that will boost the semi-cryogenic booster with a launch of Mark LVM3 semi-cryogenic engine. It is the first major breakthrough in the semi-cryogenic engine. That development program was achieved on Friday. The first successful hot test was encircled and was carried out to ISRO. So the test proceeded here, predicting the with the break of ISRO is for the planning a series of tests and for the fully integrated reads, noting SCI stages of SCI 120 recovered by 2000 kilonewton semi-cryogenic engines with the liquid stage of LVM3. So there is a launching of LVM3 semi for development and cryogenic stages in LVM3 vehicles. Payload capability is 5 ton in geosynchronous transfer of G2O through the space agency said. So next is about the Belgamy couples for digital arrest for many months police. So it's about the digital arrest scams that has happened earlier days, and basically who are the victim of this. It generally it happens with the elderly persons, also can be of the adult, but elderly persons are more involved in. They know the weak areas of this the case is about Belgamy couple of living in the Karnataka, and now due to the harassment and threat of digital arrest, cyber criminals faced exhaustion over a period of 150 days. The senior citizen who ended his life along with his wife in it's a Mindy village in Belagami district. So this case is about a 33-year person, D.U. Jaranath, his wife, found dead in their house. So how it can lead to the mental exhaustions, and it led to such a condition that the persons had led the dead end to his life. So this was a probably reason like he got insulted when some person posing a cyber police threatened him with a legal account police officer after returning from his job in Maharashtra government, Nazareth had settled in BD, his native villages, and managed to cashew farm. The couple had no immediate family, and a death note left behind. Nazareth said he got a call from person identifying Anil Yadav, Mumbai Police Cybercrime Branch, and saying that his SIM card was used in communicating international crimes. So the officer from the telecom cyber cell, Seema Bisras, would call them later. She told Nazare would digital warrant against his name and he would face the legal arrest. So he placed the gold in the local bank to raise some money for betting and paying his criminals are trying to estimate the loss her family must have. So uh, it's a preliminary inquiry found that he paid between 5 lakh to 6 lakh of fraudster over 150 days. It could be more, said police officers. So how the digital arrest can mentally exhaust a person and how it convey them to pay 5 to 6 lakh over 150 days. Basically, digital arrest when people the term digital arrest is very familiarized to this term. If any unknown calls come to your number, just don't entertain them. Maybe they can just inform. So the Hindu has also published this helpline number. It's a 104. If you ever face this kind of problems, any so just use this number for Arogya Sahayavani helpline number. Those in distress can call there. So next is about SC to hear a Tushar Gandhi plea against the renovation of Sabarmati Ashram. So Mahatma Gandhi, a great grandson, has moved Supreme Court raising the concerns of Gujarat government renovation of Sabarmati Ashram and advised in a man country contrary the spirit and ethos of Gandhian simplicity. So a bench of justice scheduled on April 1 of Tushar Gandhi to appeal against the September 8, 22 decision to Gujarat High Court to rejected his plea against the state government proposed the transformation. Sabarmati Ashram to instrument the legacy of Mahatma Gandhi in pivotal role and project the Article 39 of Constitution which emphasizes the prevention of accumulation of wealth. Article 49 Constitution emphasizes the protection of monuments, places and of a national importance. So it is a transformed into theme park, making a mockery of teaching Gandhiji. The special leave petition represented by advocates Sujanka Thulasi and K. Raj submitted this. So next is about the three more fire registered against the Kamra Sena UBT security for community. Only the three cases. Madras government is Madras High Court is supporting him, but the three fire registered, two from the Nasik. One fire was filed from Jalgaon and two in Nasik, and Khar police are already investigating. And Kamra has called him twice for questioning, but he has not appeared so far. Shiv Sena spokesperson and alleged that Mr. Kamra's satirical song were a part of an international conspiracy. So they are trying to and also the allegations about Kamra that he is trying to defame India and also mockery about the India's. About the Supreme Court defaming the India, Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Home Minister Amit Shah. These are. So next is the no attempt should be made to divide the nation in the name of language, say Rajnath Singh. So Defence Minister Rajnath Singh said that Friday the Hindi and all Indian languages strengthen to each other. So there should be no attempt to divide a nation in the name of language. And also addressing the audience to tribute to the legendary Tamil Queen Rani Nabichira organized by BJP women wing which was headed by BJP MLA from Tamil Nadu. Vati Srinasham. So it is a reference to linguistic unity appeared to aim at a recent controversy between Tamil Nadu government, education ministry and formulation of new education policy. So this is about. So that's for today. I'm ending this session with a summary. So let's have a summary. Front page is about thought of the day and about the day. Second is about the Myanmar earthquakes. 2 pages related to this. Next is about the 17 miles gunned down the Chhattisgarh encounter. Fifth is about the almost 70 takedown notices X to almost, and regarding the this we have already discussed the detailed information about this Sayog portals and how executed. Next is about the India school reliance rises to 79 for the how the center renewable posts. Eighth is about the why TB patient data shared for nutrition support, and next is ISRO sees through the semi-cryogenic engine development of LVM3. Ninth is about the Belgavi couple of digital arrest and innovation of Sabarmati Ashram. And 10th is about the FIR registered against Kamra and attempts should be not made to divide the nation. So that's for today. Thank you for continuing if you are continuing till the last, and also who are visit to this channel. Tomorrow we'll meet with a new editorial. Just give me suggestions and feedback, how you like the lecture, how much rating you are giving to this, and if any suggestions, any improvement you want, so that I can add. Due to the just lack of time, I'm not able to add the some maps on exercises that I promised, but in next series I will add. And maybe the tutorial from Tuesday tutorial can came late, because I am going to join the clinic, so maybe the little time differences can, but I will upload the tutorial on the time. So it will not I will continue it, I will not in breaking like it. So if you're new to channel, just have go to the channel, visit some time to see the content, how you like it. If comment any valuable feedback suggestion, it means lot to me. And thank you for visiting this channel. So good night, take care, study well.